I've actually already done 2 runs this week, so I've maxed out the weekly rewards, but I would quite like to get a good ornament from here, so I figured we could do another one. So I'm planning on running a team that looks something like this, with, let's just run through and take a quick look, with Dr. Ratio, who is E1, which gives him more stacks of his crit rate and crit damage passive. He is on a 4-piece Wastelander of Banditry Desert and Inert Salsotto for the planar ornaments. That gives him some pretty decent stats. He's on the slower side because I've got attack percentage boots on. His crit rate is 54% base, but he gets 25% extra from his stacked passive with his E1, and another 10% when he attacks debuffed enemies from the Wastelander 4-piece. So that goes up to about 90%. I've also got his light cone at super imposition 1. So that's Dr. Ratio. We've got his best friend, Aventurine, whose banner just finished a week or so ago, and I love him. He's very good, and I love his character and design. So I've got him at E1. I did try and pull some more. I ended up pulling 4 or 5 stars on his banner, and unfortunately only 2 of them were him. So we've got him and his light cone, which is very good for him. He is on a bit of a mixed bag at the moment, but it gives him really, really good base stats. So the only set bonus I've got is a 2-piece Knight of Purity Palace, and his ornaments are Penacony Land of the Dreams, mainly because I like running him with Dr. Ratio, so Dr. Ratio gets the 10% damage boost. Otherwise I've got him on speed boots, so he goes a bit more often, and defense percentage, chest piece, and his ornaments are defense percentage and imaginary damage boost. Overall this gives him 4.2k defense and 137 speed, as well as 131% crit damage, and his crit rate is 25% base, but I think it's one of his traces. Yeah, one of his traces says that for every 100 of Aventurine's defense that exceeds 1600, increase his own crit rate by 2%, up to a maximum increase of 48%. So that's a lot of free crit rate. It caps out at 4,000, so he's got the full 48%, which takes effect at the start of battle. So he goes up to about 75% crit rate, about just under. So we've got him there. We're also running Ruan Mei, who is, of course, very good generally, but particularly good in Simulated Universe because her technique makes it so that any attack you make on an enemy counts as a weakness break when you start battle Smith of Lava Forging, which increases fire damage. Otherwise, we've got the Inert Salsato on as well for the extra crit rate and the ultimate and follow-up attack damage boost when we reach the cap of 50%, which we're not at. Wow, having a look through these builds now, I just realised that they could use some work. Some of them. I tend to get people to the point where they're sort of usable and then leave them there. Anyway, we've got speed boots, crit damage, chest, fire damage, sphere, and attack percentage, rope. She does actually reach the crit rate. The crit rate cap of 50%. But only after she misses a basic attack or skill from the light cone. Could definitely use work. Anyway, she's the main DPS is of course Dr. Ratio, so it would be nice if Topaz were built better, but not essential. And I think as we get towards the end of the run, I'm probably going to switch Ruan Mei out for Robin, who I recently got and I really, really enjoy. She's on a 2-piece Musketeer of Wild Wheat, which increases her attack by 12%, and then 2 mixed pieces, attack percentage boots, and attack percentage chest as well. I actually want to do the, I think it's World 6, for the Broken Keel. I need a good rope for her, so we're looking for a good energy regen rope, with ideally just attack percentage on the substats. Anyway, she's got a lot of attack, speed, crit rate and crit damage don't matter to Robin, because her ult, where a lot of her damage, her personal damage comes from, has capped speed, crit rate and crit damage, so we're just looking for as much attack as possible, really. Anyway, Robin is also E0, and I've got the event special for Tomorrow's Journey on her, which increases her attack and her damage after using her ult. Anyway, so those are the characters I plan on using. Let's jump on in. World 7 instead, yep, for the Broken Keel. And it also drops Rutilant Arena, which I don't use it, I haven't got it on anyone, but maybe if I get good enough pieces I could put it on. Anyway, let's jump on in. Yeah, perfect, this looks good. Of course we don't have any proper weakness breakers, especially if we switch out to Robin. We don't have any, Topaz is the only one who would weakness break the boss, but the plan is, by the time we get there, we're just going to do so much damage it won't matter. We'll do Elation because I like seeing big numbers when I do follow-up attacks. And let's skip out on Abundance. We have Aventurine for the shields, and let's skip out on Remembrance. I don't care so much about freezing. Okay, perfect. Let's jump in. Once you get some decently built characters, of course I'm running 4 or 5 stars, which are generally better, but even with 4 stars, once you get some decently built characters, the simulated universe runs aren't too difficult. But they're still quite fun just to see what you get. Okay, so for this choice of curio, let's go for the Shattered Starbait, mainly for the 10% action advanced nice for quick runs. Okay. We're making light work of these enemies. Poor Dr. Ratio didn't get a chance to go. Oh well. Okay, so we are looking ideally for elation blessings. Okay, perfect. This one's very good. Increase the damage of follow-up attacks by 9% for each elation blessing. This effect can stack up to a max of 6 times. We're planning on getting a lot, so that's good. I like this one too. This is another elation, which gives me a chance of gaining a skill point whenever I use a follow-up attack. We do a lot of them, so we're going to get a lot of skill points. We'll never have to worry about that. Although this is an elation blessing, I don't think I want that one. Well, reroll but no elation. Let's take, at the end of a character's turn, their next action is advanced forward by 8%. 8%. Pop Ruan Mei's technique again and hit this guy. I don't think we need to worry too much about defensive blessings. The plan, of course, is that we're going to do so much damage that we just won't need them. We're going to take down the boss before he gets a chance to hit us too much. Okay, no, we're not looking for destruction. Some good ones. This one is nice. When a character launches follow-up attacks on enemies, the enemy's action is delayed by 12%. And with that we get the resonance, which just does a lot of damage of random types, and it's follow-up damage as well. Very nice. Okay, I like taking the occurrences. This one has given us a treasure, which is Pixel World. Let's give it a read. It says, you are in a vast grassland and the sky is speckled with clouds. Everything is a pixel drawing. You look down at your hands and find them to be pixelated cubes. You are wearing a pixel watch on your wrist. With your pixelated thumb, you press down on the watch. With a bang, your clothes change into overalls. Like a certain plumber, I suppose. You stare at the pixel blocks floating in the air as vintage electronic music plays in the background. A group of pixel ants crawls on the ground in a formation that reads, "Welcome, Mr. Jibao the Radish." I'm a radish. The ants quickly form several pixel characters that read, "That's you." You decide to ignore the ants. On a pixel cloud that drifts in your direction, you see some words written with crayons, produced by Herta. You realize you've been attacked by the Curio dice of dimensionality reduction. You are now a part of the graffiti, casually drawn by Herta with crayons on the wall of the simulated universe. You kick a brick in exasperation and a pixel gold coin emerges. You want to figure out how to get back to the simulated universe. You may climb out from the pipe on your left or hop into the brick on your right. I would quite like some 1-star blessings, even at the cost of 20% of my HP. Perfect. We'll take some crit rate off our follow-up attacks. And let's reroll. I doubt we'll need the healing. Okay, sure, we'll take weakness break efficiency of follow-up attacks. With one more, we'll get our second rank of resonance. You run into a brawny man from Wildfire who looks out of place with the art style of this world. He strikes a boxing pose and yells K.O. Unfortunately, you fail to dodge his punch. You proceed and see a pixel question mark on which you hang your hat. Obviously, this is a save point. You can continue the game later. Okay, sure. Let's go for another occurrence. I'm gonna pop Ruan Mei's technique before I go in, just because I and notice a black box on the ground. You open it to reveal the holographic image of a physician. He has the body of a serpent below his waist. His dark green scales rustle and reflect a metallic glint as he moves its tail. Hiss, he speaks. Thanks to the synesthesia beacon, you can slowly understand his language. Zhuangyi, not sure about that, was destroyed by Lan's Lux Arrow 62 light years away. Herta observed the incident and nurtured my spiritual form in the simulated universe. A kindling emerges in the physician's hands. My existence is nihility. I do not have the authority to terminate the black box. I've tried to get out of the defensive walls, but I've only managed to send the self-extinguishing kindling outside the black box. I hope you can take it and see my belief through. Oh well, we can obtain a random negative curio and a 3-star blessing, or obtain 100 cosmic fragments. I'm gonna take the fragments. Sometimes the negative curios are really, really bad, so I think I'd prefer not having one of those. Okay, so here's our first boss. Let's pop. We'll roll the dice on one of Aventurine's techniques. What luck! We got the maximum defense boost. And then we're gonna pop Dr. Ratio's technique and give her a whack. Okay, so let's use some ultimates. We're gonna pop Ruan Mei's, which gives us some penetration boost on our attacks. And then hit. We're gonna use Topaz's E first, and then her ultimate. I've still not figured out the best way to set that up. I think maybe it might be best to use her ultimate after Numby goes, because then you get 2 of the sort of sped up Numby turns. Anyway, we can use Aventurine's ultimate. Does some really decent damage. Gives him stacks of his blind pet, and also adds a debuff which increases the crit damage the enemy takes. All of those follow-up attacks have given us some extra skill points, so I'm going to use his E just to top up our shields. Perhaps I should have used this at the beginning, but let's now use our Path Resonance. Okay, some nice damage. We're going to go Dr. Ratio ultimate to drop a pillar on her. Drop a pillar, drop a pillar. And then use his E and hopefully trigger a load of follow-up attacks that just takes her down. Sit back and watch, see what happens. Isn't that so satisfying? Isn't that so satisfying? And the damage is only going to go up. Perfect. Champion's Dinner, Cat's Cradle is one of my favourite elation blessings. It says, when characters deal damage to an enemy with their ultimate, this attack is considered a follow-up attack. It also increases the damage of follow-up attacks by 15%. When you upgrade this one, that gets boosted to I think 45%, which is an incredible damage boost. Okay, let's take a look. I think for now, let's take this resonance that boosts our regeneration on the resonance ability. Okay, well, these are all quite good, but I think let's go for the Fortune Glue, which will give us one chance of having all our blessings be first set of relics. We have some attack percentage. Taikian laser stadium sphere with speed. I'm going to lock that just because if the final stat is crit rate, then I could see that being okay. And we've got an HP percent, broken keel. This doesn't look so good to me, so let's skip that. I'm not too bothered about the 4-star relics either. Okay. Into the respite domain. We'll top up our health and technique points. And let's bring Robin in just for later. We're not going to talk to her until the very end, where we're going to upgrade our blessings. Sorry, Herta. Okay, let's take this guy out. Perfect. So, none of these fights should be too difficult. I think they might get... oh no. I was going to say I think they might get a chance to attack, but they're all delayed because of the imprisonment. So... we're just going to hit them until they go down. Perfect. And one more attack from Dr. Ratio. Brilliant. Perfect. Okay, so this is our guaranteed 3-star blessing. This imperishable victory is quite good. I think I'm going to reroll and hope to see an elation though. Oh no, oh no, oh no. So, we didn't get what we wanted. Let's see. I like brain in a vat. Yeah, okay. We'll go for that. Hopefully we get a chance to re-roll that one because it's not too good in our current build setup. Okay, let's take this one out. Just a few hits should do it. We'll go for this guy. Perfect. And with a dice to the head, he goes down. Okay, I think this Clockwork Apple is a pretty good elation blessing. It increases our speed after we launch a follow-up attack. Okay, and take down this Fragmentum monster. Let's just use our resonance and see what happens. Perfect. That's easy mode. Okay, so we don't want any of these. None of these are particularly good for us. I think let's go for the Blessed Bow and Arrow, which will just give us a bit of an attack boost on each of our characters. Okay, let's go for the encounter. It should mean we fight a stronger enemy, but the rewards will be better. And I don't think we will have too much of an issue. This says in Von Whack. I don't know how to say that. Some outsiders block your path. You size them up and realize they aren't locals. But while the Von Whack still use stone tools, these people are wearing materials from a technologically advanced planet. The 60 natural year cycle is about to start again, and Von Whack's cyclic demon lord will be born from the fruit of a certain type of tree. We're here to wipe this data from the biological database, as the cyclic demon lord is just an alien bug, a man declared. Once calculations show that we are just 4 cycles away from its arrival, another outsider remarks in a trembling voice. Okay, let's join the fight against this demon lord. We need to take him down in a certain number of turns. I don't think we are going to have too much of an issue. I think I'm going to try and hold on to some of my ultimates. Yeah, I think let's shake out the order a bit and see if we can take him down nice and quickly while regenerating as much energy on our characters as possible for the next fight. Okay, yeah, perfect. Yeah. A lot easier than I expected. We are gonna hit, let's go for this one. Okay. I'm pretty pleased with how much energy we managed to get back. Okay. Although this is a 3-star, I don't think it's too good in our build, so let's reset and see what we get. Okay, we're running out of elation blessings, I suppose. We'll go for this preservation one, which gives us a chance to dispel a debuff when we provide a shield. Okay, this is another erudition blessing, which gives us another chance to charge our brain in a vat, which will go well with our other 3-star. Okay, we're out of technique points, but these trick snack consumables are very easy to make, cheap to make, so we're just gonna pop a couple. And let's roll the dice with Aventurine. Oh, we'll give it one more. Not this time. It shouldn't make much of a difference. Okay, let's take this guy out. I think if we use our resonance first, it will give it a good chance to recharge. And then we'll pop some ultimates. Okay, right, so yes, we're gonna use our skill on Topaz. Wait until after Numby attacks, and then pop our ultimate. I don't think it will matter in this fight because he'll probably die before Numby gets 2 goes. But that feels a bit more efficient to me in longer fights. Use Aventurine's ult. And then we are going to chain him with follow-up attacks. Okay. Of course, we've charged our brain in a vat. I don't think I'll need it though. I'm just going to use this E and sit back and watch. Love seeing the big numbers. Oh, what do you mean he hasn't died yet? He's held on with a sliver of HP, but not for long. Not for long. Okay, right. Let's reset and hope we see an elation. Perfect. When a character launches a follow-up attack, they deal aftertaste damage equal to 55% of their attack for 1 to 3 times. This will be very good. Very good when we get Robin in our team because she boosts everyone's attack. And we're going to take this space-time prism, which increases all allies' Eidolon resonance levels by 1. When you're running a team one more respite, before the end. Okay, I don't think we'll need to swap anyone else out, but let's just take some backups for good measure. We'll take the new imaginary trailblazer. He's very fun, very fun. I don't think we'll use him though. Okay, into a transaction domain. Let's see what they offer us. Okay, we've got the Make a Wish event, which reads: you enter a circular room where a tree with white branches is tied up in ropes. Its beauty and sacredness, which makes it look like a dancing statue, blow you away. Several soldiers are leaning against the tree, and you are not sure whether they are sleeping. They are pious knights with faces as pale as a sheet. You can't help moving closer to the tree. You hear the slow crackling sound of the tree waving to and fro. There is a wooden board next to its roots that reads, water it and it will bloom. Okay, let's live on the wild side and exchange 80% of our current HP for a 3-star blessing. And what luck, we've got another elation blessing. Very nice. This is just more aftertaste damage when we do follow-up attacks. Very nice to see. I think we'll go for this encounter this time because I can see that it's an elite, which will give us better rewards. Okay. I'm fairly certain that we're not at risk of dying with Aventurine on our team, but let's pop his technique just for a bit of a boost. Okay, we've got the Beast Horde, Voracious Catastrophe. You encounter a group of ancient, bloodthirsty behemoths in an ancient city of an abandoned star system. Their hot, steamy breaths brush against your face. You notice signs of mutation on one of them. Its skin is covered by a layer of gilded hard shell, and it seems to be suffering from the mutation. You stare straight into its droopy eyes. Its whiskers are moving up and down. You notice it is protecting some cubs behind it. We can either help the young beasts get free and get a 2-star blessing, or we can take care of the adult beast's pain and get a 3-star blessing and a curio. That sounds much better. Let's pick that up. Okay, we've got one of these guys that freezes you. I think we're going to hold on to our resonance because I know that he summons ads that we want to kill. We're at a disadvantage as well because our ultimates are not charged. We might be in for a tricky ride. Well, let's just pop some shields. Okay. Dr. Ratio, show us what you can do. Okay, some very nice damage. Very nice damage. Ah, we missed the 80% follow-up. Okay. Oh, and another one. I love seeing that. And then we're going to do the resonance. Yeah, this should be a piece of cake. Perfect. Perfect. Nothing to worry about. Nothing to worry about. Okay. Now, I'm actually looking at both of these, which look pretty good. This first one is a very good defensive blessing, especially when all of our characters get shields from Aventurine. It should just mean that we will never have anyone die. This middle one is... Okay, I think this middle one is very good, especially because I know that the boss does some AoE attacks which should shred its HP, but this is a follow-up attack run. I want our attacks, I want our damage to come from follow-up attacks. Okay, let's just get the cosmic fragments. Yeah, this is a good chance to get a little bit of HP left. A little bit of HP back, rather. Let's just pick someone. Yeah, we'll take Dana. Again, I don't think we'll use him. And we'll spend all of our cosmic fragments on upgrading. So this one is good because it means we take less damage. It should just ensure that we don't lose. And this one is good, 55, even better than I thought. This is a very big damage boost. This one is going to be good as well, even though it's 1 star, it should mean that we get quite a bit more damage because of the stacking effect. And let's see a little bit more cosmic fragments to spend. Okay, yeah, this one seems like a good choice to me. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, this one as well. Oh, okay. So, here we go. The moment of truth. Oh, I think that's a good sign. Let's see how quickly we can take this guy down. Okay, so he took quite a lot of damage from the first attack. That's thanks to Ruan Mei. Oh, and I just realised I wanted to swap out for Robin. Oh well. We're here now. Okay, so I'm just gonna give him a hit. And yeah, let's wait until Numby attacks. Oh, look at that damage. Okay, right, let's think about this. I know that he summons some plants, so we're not going to use this just yet. But I think what we're going to do is really quickly pop some attacks. We're going to use Aventurines, and then Doctor Ratios. And after having used Topazes, that should boost Numby up to then hit and trigger another follow-up from Doctor Ratio. So I think we'll be looking good. Oh goodness, that's a lot of damage. Oh, and Topaz has got her. Yeah. Oh, interesting. We didn't get a boost from Numby. Oh well. He was delayed so much that we do just get some more attacks. Pop that in. He's gonna res one more time. Oh, okay. I feel a bit bad for him. He didn't get a chance to go. Oh well. We'll take the rewards anyway. Let's hope for something good. Okay, this one looks okay. Only if it rolls the crit rate though, but we're gonna lock it either way. Oh, not so good. It might be okay if we didn't want to run a 2-piece. I think I'll lock it just in case that situation comes up. And one more chance. Yeah, that's not what we're looking for. And again, this one looks like it might be okay if we don't want to run a 2-piece. Okay, well, that's the simulated universe run completed. Didn't pose much of a challenge. Of course, I do have 4 decently built 5 stars, so that might be why. Unfortunately, we didn't really get any relics that we were looking for, but I still had fun. Well, thank you for joining me. And I hope you come back for the next one. usually take this long.